it doesn't mean they're not still really good. It just means that there's characters that are even better than these already really ridiculously good characters.
Cool. And a little bit of smiles and laughs. Jakal's just like, oh, thank goodness you're playing a non-DLC character. I've had to fight against stupid Steve for the past how many fusions?
How many from just his name is Justin Byleth. Why is he playing Steve?
What's wrong with him?
That is, I feel like it's also like a kind of an East Coast thing. East Coast has become a really mid-tier pet haven. This like MDVA, of course, we've been dominated by mid-tiers for so long. Tri-State has been rather safe from that. I mean, let me put that. New Jersey and Philly have been rather safe from that. Then you get to New York and it's like, yeah, man, Vaughn, John. It's like, cool. I'm glad that I'm fighting another mid-tier for the 5th time in a row. However, these two, once again, top tier characters, and we're gonna see a lot of neutral, which isn't something you hear quite often in this game. But both these characters are gonna be very bait and punish in a sense. Great grab. Great grab. I feel like it's like something that's also not been talked about as much is the quote-unquote development of the grab meta. More so being able to mix up your grabs rather well. Because, a lot of players will take no time for you to, if you have safe button, they're going to expect you to press the button on shield, and they're going to be holding that. Then you hit them with the grab, and all of a sudden now you're disadvantaged. Just, now at the ledge instead.
Yeah. Like the tomahawks, the people bit used to do it. Like the funniest thing that I would see is literally like Nexus would just do a full hop as Falco and then tomahawk with it because people are so afraid of it.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, if Falco's full hopping in front of me, the last thing I'm expecting him to do is that the tall, laggy full hop into grab. Especially on so Falco funny. Of all characters, right? But yeah, and I talked about how like I talked mostly with Wolf though, that Wolf is a very snowball heavy character. Palutena to an extent is like that too, right? You definitely are gonna at times throw made to take off the top. No, not just yet. Next move should definitely take it though. Whatever Jakal does, I cannot see Mateo living for much longer, and that's like a punch there. Gonna get a punish there though. Yeah.
Gets it cleaned up, gets it sorted, 56%. It's kind of the good percent that Mateo would want to.
Oh no! He got multi
flying off!
He got multi-hit chanked! He got multi-hit chanked!
That was like a rocket just like flew up down in there, like a depth charge.
Like for people who don't know, it's what happens. Like, a lot of connecting hitboxes send inwards. Like it's just how it works. Obviously it's gonna send in the connect with the final hits, which are sending the actual player using it forward. It's how it tends to work. The main issue is that one was angled and it didn't fully connect, meaning that Mateo got sent like a rocket. And we talked about how Jakal in both these sets, in the set when he had against Nexus, like something went wrong for both these players. Like for Mateo it was a weird up B. For Nexus it was a side B, just killing him at like 9%. And you can tell the momentum shifted heavily. Oh my god, momentum shifted heavily after that happened. Great tech. Now you're back on stage though. Can you make anything of it? Ooh.
Yeah.
Somebody actually.
It's like the world is like, congrats on being world ranked, Jakal.
Oh,
have some plot armor.
Have some plot armor for it. It's a very side note thing. Something I actually haven't seen from Jakal at all today is up smash, which is something like it's not the fastest move, but it's rather fine as shield. Oh my god, that barely hit. Is the fact that it catches, like it's a big move to catch. It's also not necessarily. Oh my god, the bounce off. It's not really a quote unquote strong move. Like it's fine. It's a pretty average smash like killing, but it doesn't mean that if it doesn't kill, then you just nailed it for a bit longer. Uh-oh. Can't tech that one. Can't tech that one. Yeah, and there was momentum that we've seen from Jakal. Because even though he started to lose it a little bit, like we could tell, just he wasn't able to get a kill. Mateo was finding loose hits in there. Mateo wasn't finding consistency while in that little in there. And Jakal eventually once again Wolf. He fast followed. Okay, yeah, Wolf isn't really a character that can struggle to regain neutral sometimes, and we saw there at a high percent half of Wolf's moveset will just kill, without a doubt.
Like it was pretty so good. Mateo was like, I'm keeping getting control. I got this pressure going on. It just literally just sent flying over down at a horrible angle. Like it's either that or it's just like a pineapple at that point. And Mateo just like reeling the head back because there's two reactions when something crazy like that happens. You either laugh or you're like, why?
It was like, come on, why me? It was also the fact that he had no jump. It was just a perfect perfect combination of really bad things that could have happened. You lost your jump there, so you may have been able to make it back. You would have been able to get enough height and drift to get back in without getting pineapple, theoretically. But you didn't, and you know, you were in such a good position, that's not gonna take it. I do like this. Oh my god, it happened again!
Stop protesting it!
What happened to this countering, right? What happened to just countering at the ledge? But look at this, look at the momentum Jakal's building. He's getting so much damage off the, oh my god. He's getting so much damage off of just the one free chance that he had. And it's building. Mateo isn't getting a hit. Isn't getting his hits in. Oh. Good, just gonna protect.
It's not fair.
I'm
like watching this.
It doesn't feel fair.
It's literally, he can't keep getting away with this. It's literally watching that over and over again as Jakal, like, just convolutes, just shifts reality around Wolf's model and just makes magic happen for no damn good reason. But just rolls with the momentum, and all of a sudden, Mateo need to tap into some of that Jakal magic at this point, trying to get some momentum going for himself. It was a great start in the last game, but living on this one to see how well he can do it, and getting a dash tag direct to the face 171 is not the best way to start it.
Yeah. Watching Jakal feels like that scene in Infinity War when Thanos finally uses the Reality Stone after they think that they killed him, just for him to be like, I'm sorry, and then just kills them instantly. Or doesn't kill them, but he basically beats them, right? And yeah, that's just how it feels watching Jakal. Like, Jakal's like, oh my god, they're beating Jakal. And then Jakal's, I'm sorry, little one, and it just kills you for it. Like, but here's the thing, even, we are seeing this, like, we're gonna go high there, but they didn't actually hit because the low profile on Palu, down till there. Mateo's living. Oh my god, that was bold. The cancel! Oh, not the worst idea. And he didn't get necessarily punished hard for it. Yeah. Got catching the spot up there with the nair. But that was okay. Back, let's go back.
That was some shenanigans.
He brought this one close because this one looked like he was already we talked about it, being at 117% before you took the second stock. You took the first stock off of Jakal was such a rough way to start that. But he brought us back. Jakal's at a 141. You're only at 23. Don't make it like the last time I said something like that, please. Oh my goodness. But we're seeing rather well, okay. I'm just gonna stop talking about what we're seeing. He's keeping this one closer than we assumed this game was going to turn out, right? Up tilt, yep. You're gonna get the drag down nair into up tilt. One of the small things that actually got buffed for Palu during the nerf was that her nair got. Oh, that's actually, it's really scary. This is the benefit of Battlefield. We saw it for both of those players. Benefit on Wolf's end is that the ceiling is super high on Battlefield. So you're not gonna die off the top so super easily. But for Palu, the benefit is you can actually, hit those. You're in a situation where at higher percents, that could be a legitimate factor of what takes the game.
It's just a worry now, because it feels like when Mateo's making that comeback happen, it looks good, but when it becomes like this equalizer situation, it's just waiting for Mateo to make a mistake. And Jakal's punish game has been crazy, so Mateo needs to play it super careful. Has been able to perform, tap into that Jakal magic I talked about earlier. That's the only way you're going to be able to do it. But an up tilt, not correctly, still going to survive. So Mateo is doing a fantastic job so far. These bears have been perfectly placed. However, so Jakal feeling the pressure. The roll gets read out. No kill just yet. Air done for early. That dash attack was also plays. That could have been it. But staying alive. Look at this pressure. And
there's the back air.
Perfectly timed. Mateo gets it.
Yeah, it was looking so rough, but doesn't matter if you can't take the stocks, right? Being able to build, because as long as you don't take the stock, that means your opponent's still playing the game with you. And Jakal let Mateo live a little bit too long on that second stock. allowed Mateo to build up a decent amount of damage where we didn't see the same snowball effect in that last stock, and being able to take it, you really using that the bigger space that you get on battlefield and preventing a lot of landings, which is what built up that damage a bit more.
Yeah, and I think the switch up on the stages is kind of a statement by Jakal saying I wasn't too happy about that one. Town City, having a little bit of smaller blasters, especially on that side, can threaten with so many of these hard-hitting attacks that Wolf can do that soft you off to the side. And what a great way to make that statement happen, almost! The red sparks fly, but there's no death yet, but as soon as they say that, the second one surely will do it.
Yeah, and you're talking about the blast on the small side blast zone. This also does have the benefit of what Jakal likes about didn't ban Battlefield for, which is the higher ceiling. This is a high ceiling, and he also Palu does not benefited from those platforms because it's very rarely going to be a time that you're catching a player on the side blast zones with an up air. Because most time you shouldn't be going for an up air, right? Like when you're in that position. And you're given more space too, which is going to make it a bit harder for Palu to land sometimes, while also still being the same both ways. Palu could also kind of grab. Palu should be able to kind of what's I'm looking for? Oppress you at times theoretically. Yeah. There's the grab, smaller blast zone, back throw. And this is probably the first time I think that we've seen a game that was so relatively even. So I feel like this goes for like both the games that I feel like all the games we've watched. It hasn't really felt like we've seen a game that was felt close until the later end of it.
Now all of a sudden, just every single attack just seems to be going Mateo's way. Like that really awkward there, then that just got hit into a like awkward aerial, turns into a combo that works. However, at a huge miss tech, leading to the situation. Great usage of the down tilt. Has to mix up the timing this time. Mateo trying to go for it all with an up smash. Gets punished for it, however, but the timing's being out there, but the pivot grab does not connect. Huge mistake, but Jakal just barely missed out on it.
I think Jakal was fully expecting. If that was a tech roll, that is gonna take it. I think Jakal was expecting a tech roll rather than an air dodge in. That air dodge doesn't really go that far. But either way, like he got the correct idea there, right? He was defensively optioning in. Missing it there. Not missing that kill though. So once again, leads aren't really
no way
in this game at least. It feels like Mateo is really like realizing that. I think Town, like this personal thing here, I think Town is one of the more neutral, like surprisingly one of the more neutral stages in the game. You know, like on paper it shouldn't be, but it's really like it's pretty neutral for a lot of these top tier characters. A lot of them benefit from like the same ideas, and they're both able to utilize what makes Town so unique rather well. Oh, gonna go actually high that time, and Mateo not ready for an overshooting, or yeah, just going a little, doing the punish a little too early.
And a nair from the air to air. Works out. Jakal shielding it all and keeping the forward tilt to make sure it's checked. And there, mistiming on the aerial. Mateo was so close, but it's going to be able to take it. This is a best of 5 after all. So pressure was there. Jakal. Every game seems to be getting closer and closer, and it seemed like Mateo was about to have it all, but Jakal's clutch factor, being able to make something happen. Great little patience on there. I like how not immediately pressing the issue and just daring Mateo to try to reclaim that stage control and just punish him just as well.
Yep. Wolf back air. Death taxes Wolf back air, killing no matter if it's sweet, sour, or even sour hitbox. And I don't mind this small battlefield pick. I think it's definitely a bit of a more neutral stage than PS2 is. I also do think that the fact that it's a bit closer means it should theoretically be easier for Mateo to kind of contain Jakal and shut him down a bit more, because there isn't as much space for Jakal to just be jumping around, especially due to the fact that those platforms. Oh, great fair. Those platforms are a bit closer, so with Wolf being super slow on the ground but super fast in the air, there just isn't much space for you to be as free flowing in the air. Great fair, and you're DIing out too. You saw a jump though? Don't get the back air. I feel like, once again, it has been bold going for a punish there, but I think the back air would have been the correct one. What are you going to do off this? Back air?
Ew.
Like, once again, I talked about it in, like, when we first saw Mateo play against John, and we were noticing it in the first set that me and Supernova were commentating with him, is he loves that back air. He will take a lot of stocks with that back air. and I can't blame that. It's relatively fast. It's invincible on the it's invincible when it's in use. It's really good.
It's a major source of complaints talking about both these characters actually, but the strength of their bears for different reasons, but as well as how reliable they both can be. So both of them kind of struggling on their tech situation this time. Jakal doesn't guess right, but Mateo surely does, and all of a sudden, this is like kind of the biggest lead I've seen Mateo have.
Yeah, yeah, this is definitely did you just go for like grab 3 times and you got away with it? Great back there once again though. Yeah, this is like honestly the biggest lead that we've seen of any of this this set, because first time I think any of these players have had a 2-stock lead over the other. Trying to get an air started, you actually get the last hit, but nothing can get off, and not enough damage to send it forward.
And I like that from Jakal, just jumping away from that platform, saying, I do not want to take a tech, like, guess there, because Mateo kind of has that cheat sheet with that Palutena, able to cover so many different options that will lead into more combos. So Jakal just bailing out on it and retreating out with that jump. A little bit of a miss on the down tilt, but so much safety, but this time not as well. Reads the roll in, almost gets the grab too, but Mateo jumps just in time and punishing out with that fair after the down tilt. Tries to call it out with the up smash, but Jakal able to use the wolf flash, get themselves out of that situation, so comeback is still possible. We've seen Mateo do it, now it's Jakal's turn.
So the up smash also wasn't wasn't an awful idea, because the fact that Jakal was kind of forced to make an aggressive like recovery. In the most common like aggressive recovery is going to be used with side B, and there's a back there for you. Wolf side B, your hurtbox is out a little bit further than the actual hitbox itself. Oh, just getting a little bit of a focus on them. But the hurtbox is like, it moves forward apparently like a frame before the actual hitbox, where the hitbox is located, and it doesn't snap the ledge. Meaning the up smash should theoretically hit it should intercept it, but he just couldn't get it out in time. Okay, just grab the jump in the back there.
Even Jakal's smile was just like, damn, like that's literally like, you do that in front of a Smash coach, they're screaming at you for a solid 5 minutes about why you never do that, and you literally just watch Mateo do it, gets away with it, gets the stock, takes the game.
It's one of those like, so I have a common joke with a lot of my friends. It's like, it's called the mid-level, we call it the mid-level down air. It typically it revolves more around a down air, but if you keep doing it like in disadvantage, you know it's not the right idea. A lot of mid-level players will get away with it, and so they'll keep doing it. That felt like one of those situations, just with a grab instead. Oh, you have to tech that. Because once again, you're talking about, that's not a normal interaction. That's not that's back here. That's not a normal thing to do. And much less one that you would get away with consistently. However, I do like this stage pick from Jakal, because it's just very center control heavy. Because the second that you get the lead, for both these characters, you're controlling like rather well, and you force the aggression. So it's once again very also polarizing. It's, if you have the stock lead first, cool. So it's a big risk to go here, but it's clearly paying off what Jakal wanted.
You're talking about the down airs, but these guys are throwing out any aerial at this point, just interrupting each other constantly over and over again, because it's such a non-committal action for both of these characters. There are a few times where they're able to get that punish, but it's far and few. And Mateo right now trying to end it out, but giving up that stage control, big window, and Jakal just daring Mateo to drop that shield for like a fastball fair to Wolf Flash. And Mateo knows it, holding on for dear life. Does seal the stop, 60% on that board. It's not too big, and Jakal, knowing you just can't take it there. You just got to avoid it out there, but Mateo cashes out. But not for much.
Really not for much, only getting, it could have been really awkward. So, that bear coming out from Jakal this time, you're talking about like the fair is on like the shield there and just daring him to press a button time. We actually really haven't seen fair bear from the Wolf, which is one of the most consistent kill like confirms that he has, especially with the rage that he had on Smashfoot. Oh my god, invincibility moment. You kept your jump. He hasn't really been hitting those, but also it's because Mateo is so scared of that bear. He's not giving Jakal many situations to actually hit him.
Wow. What a grab. Didn't believe in that one either. So an opportunity gets away, and yeah, Jakal's just like Mateo's holding onto that shield for so long, especially if it's not gonna go for that kill throw. Just kind of just gets him off that shield and holding onto that for dear life. Once again, Mateo gonna take that grab, and Jakal knows it, so he's gonna keep getting that percent out there because of that huge stock percentage and lead. But Jakal has some Mateo trying to clean this up. We've seen the Mateo miracle happen before. But Jakal seems to be poised to take this one. Still borrowed time. It's really hard to tell, but the control and as well as the stage, it just favors Jakal so much right now.
Yeah, the stage is a big part. As like you're talking about, you see this off the top. Yeah, corner DI, and unfortunately, that was a moment where you were kind of dead. There's no DI to the corner that was gonna be able to save you. That was the way this set started, right? It really did look like it would have been like very Jakal, Jakal favor. The momentum would just seem to be going Jakal's way, and then Mateo. Every time that seemed to happen, Mateo just didn't let him. He didn't let him play the. Just simply was like, no, I'm sticking in this whole time, and even though it was a 2-stock in that game 5, they still kept it it was still like relatively close for what it was.
Yeah.
Very like it sounds kind of like 2-0, but it was close type moment the way I'm trying to phrase it, but it was close. The set was close because I feel like the game 4 we saw with Mateo having that 2-stock lead, and that was like the first time that we saw a 2-stock lead. We saw a single 2-stock lead one time in a best of 5. That's really good, like in terms of like just the level of skill. And we were talking about how Jakal felt was the main. He's obviously the first seed, so he's the person with the biggest target on his back. And you would expect someone like, it shows how tough this competition can be sometimes. You're so that's such a dumb reaction. It's like, oh, clearly someone who's 50th on the rankings should be 3-0ing everybody, but that's not how. It's simply not how this game works, right? It simply is not easy, as this guy is like notably better than the other guy, so it shouldn't be a close set. No, that's